faker.
Faker? I think you're the fake
Vile!
around here. You're comparing yourself to me? Huh? You're not even good enough to be
I'll
my
make you eat those words.
Charge shot!
Hey guys, ShadowRock here with an update on Rockman X DiVE. For the second time this week. Whoa, that hasn't happened in a while. Well, that's because it appears the Rockman X DiVE team are really quickening the pace on these reveals. Because we got not only one, but two reveals to talk about today. Which makes it 3 reveals this week alone. The first one being Chill Penguin in Storm Owl stage that we covered in the last video. With them suddenly opening the floodgates on new content after quite a few weeks of slow news, yeah, I definitely smell a release date or something else big like maybe the public beta happening soon. They're getting ready for something, that's for sure. Anyways, that's enough Maverick talk. So let's get into our first reveal, which is Massimo, the butt man himself. Yes, we already talked about this guy before because they just showed part of his image in a previous post, but we already saw the full art because he was data mined. Not like you needed to data mine the game to see that he was in there, considering his image was in the lab back in the closed beta test. But for the sake of formality, here he is. Steel Massimo from Mega Man X Command Mission is going to be a new playable character in Rockman X DiVE. The caption for the post says, "Showed up in Mega Man X Command Mission. This male Reploid in green armor is the largest of playable characters. Called himself Steel Massimo." Speaking of being the largest character in X DiVE, you're gonna see some serious stuff when this man takes up a saber and starts spinning all over the place. And for the full history on Massimo here's what I had to say about him the last time we talked about him. Steel Massimo was a hero that wore this green and gold armor that fought against the Rebellion army in Mega Man X Command Mission. However, at some point he gets executed, but before that, Steel Massimo passes on the armor to another person who is actually the Massimo that we all know and love. That's right, this Massimo isn't the real one, but he chooses to carry on the legacy of Steel Massimo as he joins X and his friends to continue the fight against the Rebellion army. Massimo starts out as a scaredy cat because he's never really done hero work before, but as time goes, he starts to gain a lot of confidence and courage, especially after talking to the previous Massimo that encourages him to carry on his legacy and stay strong. And boy does Massimo get pissed when someone makes him angry.
Feeble Massimo? Feeble Massimo! You son of a!
Overall, Steel Massimo is a big, lovable guy who truly cares for his friends and will protect them at all costs. Also, he has an amazing theme. Steel Massimo's weapons of choice is his energy axe, so he's more of a melee type character. He can also go into hyper mode to put on his glint armor, which makes him more powerful, and his action trigger, the Berserk Charge, can, by its name, charge up to fire a very powerful blast. It could also cause status effects, like Berserk or Virus. It was one of the best action triggers in the game once you power it up. There is one flaw to Massimo though, and that is the fact that he takes way more damage when he's hit by any elemental attack. He takes 150% at least from elemental damage compared to the other characters in the game. So while Steel Massimo was powerful, he was kind of more like a glass cannon. However, he did have high HP stats to make up for that weakness. So that is some of what you might be able to expect from Massimo when he appears in Mega Man X DiVE. Maybe not all those attributes will be in the game, but we can expect the axe, and maybe Berserk Charge will make it in as a skill for him. Either way though, I am really glad that Steel Massimo is in the game. So now we have all the main party members from Command Mission except for Spider. Maybe he'll appear again one day, but for now we do have most of the main cast: Marno, Cinnamon, Steel Massimo, Zero, Axel, and X himself, even his Command Mission skin. So that is really, really cool. Let's also hope that Massimo won't be censored anymore in the chat now that he's officially in the game. Hashtag free to mass. But now here comes the real boss. And that's literally what the caption says for this one. Being revealed for the very first time, the boss that you will face against in Storm Eagle stage is none other than Vile Mark II. Wait a minute. That's not Vile Mark II. That's X1 Vile, riding the Goliath ride armor. Nani? Well, yeah, there you go. The Goliath ride armor originally appeared in Mega Man X3, operated by a Vile Mark II in the same game, but here we have the original version of Vile using it instead. What makes this fight even funnier is that the player is playing as Vile here. We thought it would have been weird before if Vile version 1 would go up against Vile Mark II, but now it's literally just a ditto match, except one has a ride armor. What's that? It gets even funnier? Well, the thing is, the Goliath ride armor got data mined too, but what we saw was not Vile Mark 1, it's actually Mark II in that image. I guess sometime after this image made it into the files, the X DiVE devs were like, now how could we mess this up even more? I got it! Replace Vile Mark II with Mark 1. That's the perfect reason to have yet another deep log error. Beautiful. They're adding literal layers on top of these errors now. I gotta say, I admire the fact that the developers were willing to not even just recolor Vile, but completely redraw him just for a meme. Wow, I like these guys. Of course, there's still the possibility that there may be a Mark II version of the Goliath armor at another point in the game. If that does happen, does that mean we're going to get XA Vile in the Goliath armor too? Maybe the fact that they're showing Mark 1 here using the Goliath ride armor may hint that the player will be able to use ride armors as well? That was a feature that was hinted at back when they had the questionnaire for the closed beta test. So here's hoping. It's just really weird that they made essentially a playable character as a boss. Hey, maybe the reverse will happen someday and we'll see Chill Penguin and the rest become playable characters too. Anyway, talking about the Goliath ride armor itself, we only see two attacks used by the Goliath here in the footage. The first is its dash attack, which it spams a lot in the original fight in X3, and we see the charge cannon. It takes a few moments to rev up, then it fires a charge shot, which would not look out of place if X had used it. I sure do like fancy charge shots though. Otherwise, there's not much else to talk about here, besides the fact that we are in Storm Eagle stage, on top of the airship where you originally fought him. Except now, Goliath takes his place, and yet another episode of X DiVE scrambling up things. Well guys, at this point we pretty much have Storm Owl and Storm Eagle stages totally blown out, except if my memory serves me correctly, I believe we're missing a mini-boss still for Storm Eagle stage, unless the ride armor from X8 is supposed to serve as the mini-boss. I have no idea. At the very least, I think it's safe to assume that Goliath will be the main boss for this stage, since the Rockman X DiVE Facebook page refers to him as the real boss. So perhaps they could reveal the mini-boss soon, even though it will be out of order at that point. But yeah, what could we expect next? Well, there's quite a few things that have been data mined, like more bosses, playable characters, and that sort of thing. In terms of stages though, we did catch the hint of Cyber Peacock stage a while back, so maybe that will be the next one revealed? Or it could easily be any of the other stages that there were music files for in the beta. All I know is, things are going full throttle once again on the X DiVE side of things. Which, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, it feels like they're just about ready to announce something that we can actually play ourselves soon. Whether that be the final game itself, or the public beta. Okay folks, we do have one more thing that was just posted by the Facebook page, and it's a rather random and strange one. Don't think it's even meant for the English audience, because it's all in Taiwanese. As far as we can gather, this is a collaboration with a Japanese food distributor known as Koike Ya. The X DiVE page mentions that people in Taiwan should have seen hints about this already. Basically, their snacks are set to appear in the game. Possibly by buying the snacks, you'll be able to get some codes to redeem in the game. But really, that's all we got right now. Man, they're really going all in on the merchandising stuff. They're even making Rockman X DiVE themed food or something. What the heck? You can tell that they want X DiVE to be big in Taiwan when they're making freaking X DiVE snacks. So I guess if you live in Taiwan, there you go find those packets. Coincidentally, in anticipation for all this Rockman X DiVE news, we're putting on our own Mega Man X Marathon celebrating the series so far, and supporting the Prevent Cancer Foundation in order to stop cancer. That's happening in only 2 days from now, Saturday at 12 p.m. Central Time, so be sure to be there for some extremely fun times. Thank you so much for watching, and for more on Rockman X DiVE and everything Mega Man, stay tuned to ShadowRockZX. Until next time, rock on and have yourselves an extremely excellent day.